Hello beautiful starlet, so let's try again because I've recorded this once already and it all went sideways. So this is a requested video. I'm going to call it Glam Witching. It's basically a makeup haul of the beautiful things that I've been mostly bought for. They're mostly Christmas presents over the Christmas period, and I thought it might be fun to show them off, and actually somebody asked me to do it too, and sometimes I am asked about makeup and things like that, so we're going to talk a little bit about it. So it may not be your cup of tea, that's okay. There are more videos that are going to be coming that might be a little bit more spiritually deep. You know, we're still going to have all the deep videos and things like that, but once a week we are going to have a silly fun video. And so as we progress into this year, this is going to be one of them. And some of the reason is because I decided that this year is going to be the epitome of cleanse/glamour. And I felt that the cleansing and the glamour were going side by side in something that I needed. And the reason for it is needing to cleanse out the mind, the emotional body, clean out the stress, get rid of all that nonsense from the self, and then also reclaim a part of myself. Because when I was younger and more in shape, I used to love makeup. I used to love dressing up. I used to love all those things, and I lost touch with them because of all of the terrible things that I went through. I lost that part of who I was, and I just didn't care anymore. And so a little bit of this year is going to be reclaiming that. It's also playing with colour magic, aesthetic, presentation, and all that good stuff. So these are some of the palettes, and this is a Laura Mercier setting powder. Now some of these things are going to be more interesting to look at than others. The palettes are obviously a little bit more interesting, so as I swap things in and out you can get a good look at them, and we can maybe swatch the odd thing. So if you're up for that, that's what this video is going to be about. If not, I hope to see you on the next one. There may be a little bit of spiritual talk here and there because some of it is obviously tied to my emotions. Now I will say that there are different lines of reasoning when it comes to makeup and things in the spiritual pagan communities. I've seen some really offensive and vile things being said. Now I understand why some people get angsty about the idea that somebody is embracing the aesthetic of being a witch or whatever, but is not doing the work, is not embodying what it means to be one. I struggled with that myself, but ultimately it's none of our damn business what anyone else is up to. We just have to lead by example and stop thinking that we somehow have all the answers, because we don't. So I decided that I'm going to embrace my glamour and all shadows to be damned with it. And I have had people like mock me for buying makeup and things like it's somehow less spiritual or something, and it's nonsense. It's absolute nonsense. If you know anything about colour magic, then it is witchcraft. So the first thing is the Venus XL palette. I've heard very mixed things about Lime Crime over the years. My partner bought me this because I really liked some of the shades. The boxes are always really beautiful, of course. I know that the woman who was really troublesome isn't with them anymore, or is on a back seat anymore, or something like that. So this is what it looks like. I'm going to fold the mirror back so we don't see my messy self, because I haven't played with these yet, because I want them to look good. So you guys get a really nice view of them before I start playing with them. Now I was drawn to this for the greens, although I do really like these pinky purple muted tones too, but looking at like Ivy and Laurel and Locust and Obscure and Myth, which looks a little bit more grey there, but it is a green, and Sage. So let's swatch one. Let's swatch Ivy, because that's one I've been really interested to see. You can see like remnants of where I did this video before and it failed. Oh, look at that though. Look at that. Greens and things are my absolute favourites, along with the smoky colours. So for that, and you will notice there's more greens over here, but we're going to get to those probably last because there's a bit more of a story with a colour pop. So then I also got the Alyssa Edwards. This is what my Viking bought me. He bought me two of the others, the Riviera and the Novena palette, the same size as this, and I absolutely fell in love with the quality of the Anastasia, so I absolutely wanted to support the Alyssa Edwards because bam girl, look at these colours. I haven't tried them yet, but I'm excited to. They also have a white. I've been really digging an inner corner white lately, and so we will see what we will see with this palette without seeing the camera, if we can, in the mirror. Now I'm going to move these two over for a second because there's another palette hiding around the corner, which is the Morphe 351 Icy Fantasy. Now I have never tried a Morphe palette before, or anything from Morphe. I just haven't tried it. It's never really been something that grabbed me. They had a lot of drama with the guy that they had on. I just kind of avoided it. But this palette with the icy tones, inspired by the Japanese Asian looks, was really, really beautiful. And it's a massive palette, and I got money off, so I was like, no, I'll try it, I'll have a go. I don't like this. So they put all the names for the eyeshadows on this piece of plastic, and it sits over them, so you know you're going to lose them. You just know you're going to lose that plastic, unless you like. And there's actually no mirror in the top, so maybe I'll just like, I mean, you can just kind of slot it in there. Does it fold over? Yeah, you can kind of like fix it into the top bit, so I might just do that. But I will say I swatched some of these earlier, and this one in particular is quite ethereal, so it has this really beautiful shimmer. I really like that. I really enjoyed that. It's obviously a massive palette. I got 25% off. I think it was like £20 with the percentage off, so that was really cool. I'm just going to slot things in. This I'm not really going to show you. Oh, I might show you. Okay, I might show you. There's not an eyeshadow palette. We're just going to slot things in, so and move things around as we go. Some things, as I said, are going to be less interesting to look at, but maybe they have a story behind them. Who knows? I know, but you'll know in as we go through. Okay. Boop. See, we're moving things around. It's a whole thing. So I did already mention that I got this, the Laura Mercier Translucent Setting Powder. I did used to get... Oh, what are they called? Oh my goodness, the name has gone straight out of my head. They had the Ouija board planchette white powder and the Elvira palette. Oh my goodness, I've completely forgotten. My mind is blank. But you can't get that here now, and without paying through the roof for it. And I was like, right, stuff it then. I will try the Laura Mercier setting powder, which is raved about throughout the beauty community, because honestly, I know it's just powder and it's not particularly interesting to look at, but getting the right setting powder and the right things on your face is so important. That's why I've also bought these. I haven't tried these out yet. This is a Juvia's Place foundation, and it's called a foundation stick, but it was advertised as concealer on the website, so I'm confused. I got this from Love Beauty London, as well as the palette, and I'm really keen to try out. She has so many shades, guys, from all range of skin tones, lots and lots of range. I've loved her palettes in the past. The Magic palette is one of my absolute favourites, so we're going to try those out, and I'll have to let you know how we get on. And also, of course, I got the violets the minute this is new. She's released 4 mini palettes, and the violets, and I might go get the berries at some point. I don't know, the pinky reds ones, but these look gorgeous. They're big pan eyeshadows. These lavenders and twilight colours, delicious. Can't wait to try these out. Like I said, I haven't really tried these out yet because I kind of wanted to show you guys them whole. I'm trying to think what we can slide in now. Oh, we could slide in that. That's not massively interesting, but we're sliding things in as we go along. It's a whole plan. I have a plan, guys. It's a whole plan. We're actually going to finish up with the Colourpop, I think, because there's a story. So In less interesting news, I got another one of the Urban Decay eyeshadow primer potions. I got a sample of this when I went through the airport, and I had bought something else, and they gave me a free sample of this. And Chris noticed, and I will show you guys, they've actually changed the design slightly. So this used to be like a pump, a squeeze action thingy, like one of the old style lip glosses, and now you get an applicator. So that's cool. It really is wonderful as an eyeshadow primer, and it really makes everything pop and just way more colourful. And I sometimes use a mixture of this and the NYX Milk Pencil or the NYX actual eye primer, because they're really great. So not so fascinating to look at, but really useful to know about and to have. So, oh yeah. Beep. Also not particularly interesting, but useful to have. NYX Bear With Me blotting paper for those of us who have skin that needs attention, skin that needs oil removal, otherwise your makeup looks a mess and slides off. It's a whole thing that happens. It's not great. Oh, they look pretty on camera. So let's do the things down here, because this, and then we can move the Black Moon down. So I also got an Urban Decay contour brush to try out. This side looks a little bit frayed, which is really strange given it's Urban Decay. Where is my... And I also got some more makeup brushes. This is really funny. So this is Zoevra, and their Rose Quartz eyeliner pen. The Rose Quartz makeup brushes. And I've got one of these, and I've always wanted one, and now I've got one. So the story behind this is me whinging at my partner that my brushes were no good. Because they weren't. They were old, and I was like, oh, blah, blah, blah. And he was like, what's the matter with you? I was like, these brushes don't do what I want them to do with my makeup. And he's looking at me confused, like, what are we talking about here? And I just kind of put it in layman's terms, you know, like, it doesn't do it justice. And he was like, well, how much is it for a new set of brushes? And I was like, well, which set of brushes? And he goes, well, go online and find out what the highly recommended ones are. Because this is how the Viking works, right? And I'm like, okay, I'll go. And I'm like, well, these ones are this much. And he's like, right, get them then. And I was like, really? I've never been so spoiled. It's amazing. I've never been spoiled before. And, you know, he enjoys the makeup. I enjoy the makeup. It's a win-win. So another reason that I got that Urban Decay brush and some more brushes was the contour palette from Anastasia Beverly Hills. I'm quickly becoming a massive fan of Anastasia and Beverly Hills. Not everything, obviously, but this is the contour palette. Woo! And it just makes me think of the, you know, the video about shapeshifting your face. If the men know that we are shapeshifters, they will burn us at the stake, or whatever it is. I don't know. So I'm keen to try that out and see if I can not shapeshift my face. I hate my nose. I'll just be honest with you guys. I really hate my nose. If I could afford it, I would probably operate on it, because I've always hated it. I hate my nose. And eyebrows. So that's why we have two of the Anastasia Beverly Hills, I told you I'm becoming a fangirl, eyebrow brushes. I got one in brown, medium brown and dark brown. I saw this really great video, and she had both, and I was like, alright, okay. So the product comes out there in a thin pencil, and you basically draw on lines, and then this side has the brush, the doodad. I also got a beauty blender while I was in Norway. They're actually cheaper in Norway than over here. I was like, well, that's unusual. Although Norway was sold out in their major beauty shop, which had brands like Anastasia, Dior, and MAC. They were like sold out of everything. Every time I went in there, I was like, useless. I was getting quite sick of talking to the woman, and the woman being like, no, we don't have it. No, we don't have it. No, we don't have it. I'm like, what do you have? Jeez. So also from Anastasia, I've tried her lip gloss. I haven't tried this yet. It's called Parfait. So I was totally sold on the name, but the colour looks divine. I'm a big fan of like rose golds and ooh, that's gonna be sexy. That's gonna be sexy. Oh, that's really pretty. It's got a really lovely, I don't know if you can see, but it's got a really lovely glitter shimmer. Gosh, I wish I had nicer hands. This is why I don't have beauty channel, because my big fat man hands. Right, what else do we have? Should we do the fake eyelashes? I tried these, so these are both the same. These are from Huda, or I think that's how you pronounce it. Jacqueline eyeshadows. Now, eyelashes. I've been getting into falsies recently, just to give you a load of glam. I'm a little bit worried these look a little bit more frayed, given they're, you know, Huda Beauty. I got the glue from her as well. I don't know where the glue's over here, but you know, you don't need to see eyeshadow glue, that's not thrilling. It's not fascinating. It's a glue. It's a glue, guys. I don't think we're going to be particularly blown away by the glue. Oh. Lining things up, getting things ready to show you next. I could do this off camera, but where would be the fun in that? Then I don't sing at you and you miss out. Right. So, these two. I got the NYX white liquid eyeliner because of this. So everywhere on Instagram people are doing this kind of thing where they do the white eyeliner into above the above the crease, above the hood. So they do it into the crease but like a second crease. And some of the makeup looks of this are really cool. And to the point where I was looking at them like, oh, this is awesome. And the Viking like looked over my shoulder and was like, that's really cool. And this is a man's man, right? So he does appreciate makeup looks and thinks it's fun, but in terms of artistry, he doesn't particularly get involved. And then he saw these looks, he was like, that's solid art, Joey, that's solid art. And I was like, well, the eyeliner they use isn't too expensive, shall I try it? And I was like, he was like, yeah, absolutely, try it. So we'll grab one of those. And I also grabbed the Milk Primer. I've heard good things about this. I had been using the e.l.f. cheapo putty primer. I've kind of, but I wanted to try it a little bit more at Market One, and the Milk one is really highly recommended, so we're gonna try its tacky goodness. And tacky as in on the skin, not as in yeah. That nearly came across really weirdly, but hey. Oh, we're on the home stretch now, ladies and gents. So we'll do Black Moon Cosmetics first. Black Moon Cosmetics I've supported for a very long time. Some of their liquid lips are to die for. And I wanted to try out their false eyelashes. So this is Aries, this is Sagittarius. I have to say the Virgo was a complete letdown. They just didn't look interesting to me at all. The boxes are really cute. I love the Black Moon Cosmetics design. And you know, there's the falsies. Synthetic lashes. I'm fairly certain they're all vegan. Yep, cruelty-free and vegan from Black Moon Cosmetics. And these are their liquid, 3 of the new liquid lipsticks. Again, the Viking bought me all of these, and he got involved with this because, right, this was a black, and I was looking at the website, and I said to him that I really wanted Mermaider. So this is Mermaider, the black with the turquoise shimmy all the way through. Can't wait to try this out. And he was like, as we were scrolling through, I was like, are there any others that you think are really cool? And he was like, you have a black, right? And I was like, no. And he looked at me and goes, you don't have a solid black? And I was like, no. And he was like, well, put one in the cart then. So we got a solid black, which is Sleepwalker. And then I wanted to try this one, which is a really deep mauvey purple. So I can't wait for that, to try these out. Again, I haven't put any of them on my face yet because I wanted to share it with you guys before I did that. So after this, I'm going to be having fun with makeup. So next up, finally on my list, whew, we've come a long way, baby, is the Colour Pops goodness. So the Smoke Show is what Chris bought me for Christmas. The mint ones I actually bought myself. Pretty much everything else has been a gift from different places, different people. But I will show you the mint one first, the one that I bought myself. So the mint was this one and this one, right? So we're actually gonna get a bit closer for this. It's meant to be. It's meant to be, ladies and gentlemen. Meant to be, like meant to be. Oh my goodness. So I saw this, I died. I actually ordered it from America. I took a chance because the last time I ordered Colourpop from America, they all came. They arrived smashed because the wrapping was shocking. I've had that with NYX too. Like those mid-range brands for some reason. They don't wrap up as carefully as the high-end stuff. I guess it's because it's cheaper, I don't know. But I will say that so far, all of these Colourpop things are colour payoff up the wazoo. They are gorgeous. The minty green colours are some of my absolute favourites. So I actually got the set with this and the 2 eyeliners, and then I bought the Colour Shock Colour 2. So the 2 eyeliners are Honey Dude, which is the best name ever for an eyeliner. I'm not sure about the colour, we'll see. And Zulu, which is a minty green. So these look great. And then the colour Shadow Shock, Super Shadow Shock Metallic Eyeshadow is Mint For You. This was in slightly worse for wear. It's not too bad. You can see just on the edges where, you know, it's got beaten up a little bit. I have to say I really quite adore the colour of these. They remind me of like a 1950s style. Oh, that didn't work at all. Let's try again. There we go. I feel like it is not showing up as well on camera as it looks in real life. But I will definitely need a primer or a base for that one. But I will say that, oh my goodness, this palette. There's no eyeshadow, I'm kidding. Right, so I've actually, I've not taken the mirrors off. Look at this. Look at these colours. I much prefer this Morphe. I prefer them having the names right there. Let's swatch a mint tea, because, oh, that looks delicious. I'm not a fan of mint tea, personally, to drink, but oh, I am a fan of that as an eyeshadow. Look at that. The shimmy. The shimmy. These little 9 palettes are absolutely gorgeous, and at some point I might have to get the lilac one too, because the Colourpop payoff for these is good. You know, really good. I mean, this is without any kind of base. Like, without, like, the Prime Potion, or without, like, the NYX white pencil to help it pop. Right, so the last goodies are what Chris bought for me. And we're going to start with these 3, the eyeliners, because I asked her for the palette for Christmas, because she was like, what do I get you? I've got no clue this year. And I was like, well, I'd like this palette. And she bought me the whole lot. So firstly, the eyeliner, look. Starry Eyed BFF bundle, stars everywhere. This set was made for me. I really do love black, white and grey eyeshadows of all tones. Like, I love it when they have a little bit of a different undertone to them. It's just gorgeous. And the fact that it's called Starry Eyed, it was made for me. And so there is a black liquid eyeliner. And I'm really glad of this, because I was nearly bought one, not realising that this set would come with one. Because I was I am out. And then a grey and a white eyeliner. And I was really glad to see a white eyeliner too. I mean, I love the grey, absolutely. But I love a white eyeliner. And I had tried the Barry M one. And I don't know what it is about Barry M, but they've been going downhill for a while. And the eyeliner just clumps. It goes on fine. But then after like maybe 30 minutes at most, it's like it's pinching into clumps. It's horrible. Horrible. I've never had an eyeliner do that. So then there are the glitters. The glitters are the ones we weren't quite sure about, because they're a bit drier than I was anticipating. So they do work. This is Disco Lady. It's absolutely gorgeous looking, and you do... Yeah, I didn't do that very well. There you go. You see, you do get a payoff. I don't know how it dries, if it dries in and stays there or not. I do have some glitter glue, not the crafting glitter glue for the store, which would be interesting, but the kind that actually is, you know, to keep glitter in place. So if it doesn't stay, I don't know, because I haven't tried it. It seems to be. And then this one is Starfire, which is the pinky. And then the one that Chris was really excited about is Tripping on Skies, and this one actually has stars in it. So it's gorgeous. Gorgeous. And then there are the 3 shock eyeshadows. These are absolutely beautiful. We have the Liberté, which is this beautiful in-between dovey grey. I kind of love their honeycomb presentation too. That's cool. Helping with you getting a colour payoff. There is Tassel, which is this very lovely white shade. I'm big into white shades, like I said, and anything that I can put in my corner eye to make them look huge is all the better. Helps brighten the eye up as well, especially if you have dark shadows like I do. Dark circles even. So then there's Frisque, which is this very dark grey with loads of shimmy. Look at the pinks and blue undertones of that shimmy. It's so pretty. I will say, I think these are going to require more building than I had thought they would, being the colour shock. But they are really pretty, and I actually don't mind them being buildable, especially with the, you know, the greys and the blacks. I think buildable is probably better in that instance. But the pièce de résistance was the smoke show. Oh, look at it. Look at it. Look. There's this beautiful stone colour, this beautiful starstruck, absolute, like you can see I tried the black already. I was like, and this black is much more matte. Like, oh, that works really well on that angle. Okay, look at that. And that's just from one little press. So that's not bad. But my favourite one is actually this, which I didn't expect. Look at it. Yum. So yeah, Chris bought me those. I've got all these beautiful beauties to try out now. So that's it. I finally managed to get this video done. We recorded it once and it was a mess. It did not record, so that was fabulous. But we got there in the end. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. It's just something a little bit silly, a little bit, you know, a little bit fun. A little bit glam, a little bit haul, a little bit silly. And the whole point is just to enjoy yourself, because you only get one shot at this life. So if you enjoy putting colour on your eyelids, you have fun with that. And no matter what, stay fluxy, stay shimmy, stay glam, whatever that means to you. I hope you had fun, guys, and many blessings.